Hi, and welcome to Christ Talk, and I'm your host, Latasha. I'm here today with Miss Jordan, and she's going to share with us the retreat, a ministry not only for women, but for families as a whole, for the community. Welcome, Miss Jordan.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Yes. You have been a shining light.
Aw,
my husband has spoken so many good things, and he has known of you in the community as well.
Yes.
Doing a lot of good things in the community. And so as we met and have become an acquaintance, it was nice to just ask if you could share your ministry and to be a resource as well as here for others here at Christ Talk.
Yes. Thank you again for having me. Yeah. So you just want me just to jump in about the retreat? Okay.
Enjoy.
So I will definitely have to start at how the retreat even came to pass. Even before I knew the retreat was going to be the retreat, it has to start with my mom. So basically she gave us a foundation of faith, like from the get-go. And she is one that she lives it out. So basically, if something, things happen because we live in this fallen world, and she knows always to turn back to God, And so that was one of the main things that really was a big factor in the retreat, like my faith foundation. But then also, I'm just watching her do life, and she has 5.
Wow.
So I'm the middle child, and so just watching her do life, that was super important. But fast forward to when I was a young mother. And, you're trying to figure out all the different things. And we always would get together, it would be my mom, my sisters, my cousin around the table, and would support each other. And you would always leave, you'd go away feeling inspired and feeling like, and even empowered that you can do the job, right?
Yes.
And so I really feel like those two things, my faith foundation and knowing that community is necessary, really is where the retreat kind of begins. From that time, from just going forward, it's just really what God was doing in my life. And I'm an educator at heart. And so when I learn something, when God gives me something, I naturally want to give it to others. And so, I felt like I grew up in the church. And so growing up in the church, I always felt like, you had the scriptures, you're repeating them, you're doing all the things, but I came to a certain point where I didn't feel free.
Yes.
But I had all the scriptures. I knew all the steps to do. I'm checking all the boxes. And I felt like at that point, God started showing me the difference between religion and relationship. And he was after relationship.
Yes.
And so, with that, I just really started kind of paying more attention to the experiences in my life and how he was working with me. And what he kind of gave me was the idea of the spider web. So when you're looking at the spider make the web, it looks so haphazard, right? He's jumping back and forth all over the place. But then when you step back, when the spider web is complete, it's this amazing, intricate design. And I felt like God was saying that he was going to do that with my life. And he does that with all of our lives. And so I just started paying attention. And so he opened up a door. I stayed at home for a season with my children. And then I started working part-time at a local Christian bookstore. And they had decided to close. And I was like, I felt that little urge, like, wait, this is so needed. I need to, kind of fill in the gap. But I'm like, I never thought of myself doing a bookstore. But I just started walking it out, and people started donating. People would come into the store. They were praying over me. And I'm like, okay, this is happening. We're doing this, right? And then a job fell into my lap, and I'm like, well, Lord, I thought we were doing this. What's going on here? And so I went ahead, I kept walking towards the job, and that was in January 2020.
Oh.
I didn't know COVID was coming, but God did.
He did. God had a plan. God had a plan.
He did. And so I was like, so he set me up, because we know that would not have been a time to launch, because I'm thinking brick and mortar launch, not just online. And so what he did is through that time, he just started working on some deeper healing in me.
Yes.
He helped me to see that there's so many women hurting in plain sight. And it's something that I can't unsee.
Right.
I can't unsee. And so from that, what he has been doing as he's teaching me, which he's making the scriptures come alive.
Mm-hmm.
So basically scriptures that I've known all my entire life almost, he is showing me how like brain science is connected. It's like how he has built us to be able to, when it says be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yes, Romans 12.
Yeah. So what we're talking about is neuroplasticity. We're talking about how God, like how repetition and practice, when we know something that maybe, or we focus on negative, how we need to focus on something positive. And when we do that, and not only positive, but the truth, the truth of God's word, that, he transforms us. And so he just began to kind of take me down the route, some deeper healing for myself. But of course, like I mentioned earlier, I'm an educator. And so at heart, like that's a health educator at heart. And so as I learned, I'm like, okay, so how I would have loved to had a little workbook or a guide so that as I was going through this, I had a way to kind of lead me through it. And so every time he teaches me something, I make the little workbook and guide.
That's beautiful.
And so that's some of the resources that are there with the retreat. But basically, I just started doing that and keep walking it out. And that's kind of where we're at. I don't know.
And you know, it's good to hear, and it's enriching to hear that you now are taking what God has healed you from and helped to walk you through. But at the same time, as an educator, as you say, and as you are, you like, you know, the bookstores that we used to have, as you spoke before about, it was so many wonderful Christian bookstores that help you to walk through it.
Exactly.
And as you say that it's people here today, families, it's women that are even they're part of the pillars of the family, you know, and they're needing to even instill things into their children.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful thing where you're saying now it's good to be able to share what you have been healed from.
Exactly.
And those children to be able to grow and be enriched.
Exactly.
You know, by your story.
Yeah. Even when I was at home with the kids, it was my desire to sow biblical seeds in them because my thing is I wanted them to know who God is, who they are in Christ, and how to walk out kingdom principles even early on. And so that's a big part of the retreat ministry because I know the power in our youth, our teens, our children being able to walk in that truth early on. And so, I just think that's a key component. And so we just keep trying to get that out there.
And the beautiful part about it is that now you have the retreat. It's more than a bookstore. So we were talking about how the bookstores or the Christian bookstores were helping to bring foundation. It was helping to enrich the lives of families.
Right.
You're continuing that with the retreat.
Yes.
Can you share the retreat and the resources?
Yeah. So definitely, you know, when I started out, I was thinking primarily bookstore, but what God kind of showed me is a gathering spot with a bookshop, you know, because that gathering part, that community is super important. But now what we have is we have an online store. We have online gatherings and workshops, the things that I was talking about that God was teaching me. We have workshops, we have resources that you can get if you go to the website around the different topics. But then also, we're hoping to have some more in-person things, especially locally. We do local pop-up shops if there's opportunities. If people were having events and they wanted us to do that kind of thing, we can definitely do that, set up a pop-up shop. But we're just kind of taking it slow, but that's kind of where we're at because we know that it's needed and that, like I said, it's something I can't unsee. So it's what I'll be doing.
Well, I think it's wonderful because we can invite others to join the conversation.
Yes.
Also log on to your website and give us your website as well for the retreat. It's more than a bookstore.
Yeah. So the website would be theretreatllc.com.
Awesome. Awesome. And so I'm pretty sure that we're going to do some things together to be able to invite more women in and get more products out, to be able to share the gathering, to bring women together. And I think that would be wonderful. And the resources, I see you have also a book, Your Purpose Depends on It.
Yeah. So that was that time in my life where God was teaching me about relationship over religion. And so that's kind of, I go through just motherhood, just finding myself, and how God took me through that. And it also encourages other women to think about telling their story, because I think we not only start a healing process when we do that for ourselves, but we help others to do it as well.
Yes.
So, yes.
And that is so beautiful, because it's a key thing that you were saying about this community, about the gathering. Women need women. When you're trying to help with the foundation, when you're helping with kids, when you're in charge of helping this young person to go to college and everything. And even though you're helping them to go to college, they're also paying for college.
Yes, exactly.
So it's a lot of important decisions, for their future, for their major.
Right.
And those things, women need a lot of support, resources themselves to give the right information. So I think that this is wonderful. It's an excellent resource for women. And for families at large.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm super thankful to be here and to share about it, because like I said, it is part of my purpose and it's my heart. And so I'm glad to share it with others.
Yes. Yeah. So we're going to have more conversations.
Definitely.
And also bring some women out.
Yes.
When we sit down next time, we'll bring some women out to hear the conversation. Yeah. And also they can also share in the products.
Yes, I love it. Yeah. It's great. I look forward to it.
Thank you. You guys, we enjoy you guys today here at Christ Talk. Miss Jordan, thank you so much for your ministry, for your resources, and most of all for your strength, because your gift is shining through and we need you.
Oh, thank you so much.
The kingdom needs you. The community needs you. And we need to hear your stories, hear the voices of that. I went through this. I came out. I overcame, and I'm thriving with my children.
Yes,
and when women hear that from another woman, you just don't know how it unlocks the doors, where they thought they were limited, but because they know that they have someone that they can hear their story, open up, and even maybe share their own with courage. Exactly. And it takes time. So we know that, with women, we're not pushing, but we are sharing our story to give someone else courage to come out, to let them find their gift and to shine, because they're not done. Yes. And can you share even at this time in our age of having families, having children, that it's not over?
No,
it's not over.
No, God uses these experiences to help us to be able to help other people and to heal in ourselves. Yes. And what like you were saying, just we need each other. It's so important. And what I've noticed in a lot of different settings, when we are vulnerable and we have the courage to tell our story, it just is amazing how people open up and have the courage to tell their story. And that's where the healing begins. Yes. And I feel like God he sees his daughters, and it's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. And so I'm thankful to be a part of it.
Yeah. I think we're overflowing now. I think what God has for a lot of the women out here and families, we have to take this into another series.
Yes, definitely.
To share how getting into your gift and also flowing in your gift and helping others to speak out.
Yes.
It's
super important because I've also realized that a lot of times when God reveals something, it's because he wants to heal it. And a lot of times, other times we will try to keep things secret and because there's shame associated with that, but then it keeps us in that state for much longer than we have to be. And so as God starts working with us and revealing things for us, that's why the framework that the retreat uses is reflect, reconnect, and reset. So basically it's start reflecting on the things that are that you may from the past or just different triggers you may have. And then reconnecting is reconnecting to God, reconnecting to ourselves, because so many times we abandon and betray ourselves in different seasons of our lives, as well as reconnecting to others. A lot of times we rupture because we're close to people and we don't know exactly how to prepare. And so that's super important. And then the reset, which is really special to my heart, is resetting our nervous systems.
Yes.
So many women are dealing with overwhelming issues related to physical health, mental health, because their nervous systems are overwhelmed with all the things they're having to do and accomplish. And God's got a plan. He's already set it up in our bodies to reset. And so it's just important for us to know how to do that and to encourage each other to do it so that we can be who He created us to be and walk out our purpose here on the earth. Yes.
I love it. See, we have so much, so much to give, so much to share, and to help others to just live their best life. It is time. Nothing's stopping you. Nothing's blocking you. And you have everything that you need because you can create everything that's inside of you. God has put it there. He's put it in your heart. And even today, when you look at all the different people out here, they have something in their heart that they're good at. It may be a surgeon. It may be a basketball player. It may be a teacher. But that was in their heart. It's everything that they need and everything that God had put there. It was a seed planted and it's already there. And that's what they're good at. And then when they start, like you said, as an educator, as they get with the right people to get educated in it, they can go further to help others. And we thank you for that. So thank you, Ms. Jordan. We will be back with more. And thank you again. The retreat is more than a bookstore.